Hi, my name is Rosie, and I work at the Boys and Girls Club of Wilmington. And at the Boys and Girls Club of Wilmington, I'm the STEM instructor. STEM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics. So today I have a fun science activity that you could do at home, and all you need are some ingredients that you can find in your kitchen. So today we're going to investigate the properties of baking powder with 3D Puffy Paint. So your activity today is called 3D Puffy Paint. Pause this video, gather all that material, and we can make this 3D Puffy Paint together. Alright, so you're going to need flour. Any type of brand is okay, as long as it says flour. You're also going to need baking powder. Do not use baking soda. In our case, we are only going to use baking powder. You also need salt, water, 2 bowls to mix your ingredients in, 2 paper plates. You'll need food coloring. You can pick any colors. I have these. 2 sandwich bags, a measuring cup. Make sure it's 1 cup. Measuring spoon, 1 teaspoon. Regular spoon so you can mix your ingredients or scoop them out. You don't have to, but you can get a whisk to make it easier to mix the ingredients. Scissors. You're also going to need to use a microwave. But besides that, these are all the materials. Okay, so let's get started. You're going to need 1 cup of flour. Put that in one of your bowls. Make sure you get all that flour up. We're going to grab your teaspoons and your baking powder. Here's 1, 2, 3. So 3 of those. Then we're going to need salt. Alright, so 1. So now we have all our dry ingredients. Mix it around. You can also use a fork, whatever you have at your house. Next, we're gonna add our water. So slowly add water into your bowl and mix and stir. So keep adding water little by little. Oh, and then, I don't know if you can see, but there's some bubbles forming. Where is it? Actually the carbon dioxide that's being released when your water, which is a liquid, combines with that baking powder. That's a chemical reaction. So that's one chemical reaction. Alright, so this is how your mix needs to be for your paint. It has to be thick. So we're going to put that one to the side and let's grab your other bowl, your second bowl. Alright, so here's our second bowl. The difference between our second bowl is that it's not going to have any baking powder in this one. I'm going to add 1 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, and some water. We are not going to add the baking powder because I want you to see the difference. Compare what the paint looks like with baking powder and then without it. So let's do that. We're going to need 1 cup of flour. So we're going to add that in there. Then we need 1 teaspoon of salt. Right, pour that in there. Let's add your water like we did last time. Slowly add water and then mix everything together. You see how smooth this is? And it runs. It's a smooth consistency, but it's still thick. That's how the consistency of your paint needs to be. Next step. Get your 2 sandwich bags. Your 2 bowls have 2 different food coloring colors, and then a spoon just to scoop everything out and put it in your bags. Also, before I forget, scissors. So let's start with our mix that has the baking powder. I even labeled it so we don't forget. And the baking powder is going to be the color blue. Let's do those 3 drops. Then with our spoon, I'm just going to mix it So I'm happy with the color. Let's add this to our sandwich bag. So you get your spoon and you just pour it in there. All right, it's gonna get messy, don't worry. So your paint that has the baking powder, this is what it looks like. Seal up that bag. And then let's put it to the side and let's make the other mix. Next, I'm gonna use purple. All right, so this is the color that I like. So now I'm gonna add it to my sandwich bag. Remember, purple, no baking powder, and blue does have that baking powder. All right, so now for the fun part, we get to paint. We're gonna grab your paper plates and you're gonna get your bag. Now you're gonna use these corners, not the part that opened. This part stays sealed. We're gonna grab the opposite corners and we're gonna cut the tiniest hole. So you grab your corner piece like this, cut the tiniest hole because it's kind of gonna be messy, so the smaller hole, the better. And we can paint whatever you'd like on your plate. I'm gonna make shapes. So let's see if you know what shape this is. Trying my best, I am not an artist. Oops. So it's kind of hard to tell, but I tried my best. I tried to make a pentagon. So a pentagon has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 corners and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. Let's see what other shape I can make. So I tried my best in that's a circle, no sides, no corners on this shape. And then just for fun, I am gonna make a happy face. Okay, so we made our design on our plate with the paint that has baking powder. Let's grab your second paper plate and make another design. Here is my purple paint. Remember, this one has no baking powder. And you are gonna get the corner, not the sides that seal, but the other corner. And you're gonna cut the smallest piece. Let's see if you can see that. The smallest, just that. And let's see if I can make the same shapes I made with the blue paint, which was the one with the baking powder. I'm gonna make a pentagon and then a circle. Oh, ooh, I'm getting better at this. You just need practice. Right, slowly. My happy face. Yay! I hope you like what I made with my 3D puffy paint. Now, the next step we need to do is we need to take these paper plates and we need to put them in the microwave for 45 seconds. Cook and cook 45. What the heck is that? Alright, so I'm back from microwaving our paint. And I don't know if you can see, I'll do a close-up. Alright, here is your close-up. If you see the one with the baking powder, this one definitely rose. You see all of those carbon dioxide bubbles that were released. Not only from that liquid and baking powder combining together, but because of the heat that was applied. When you apply heat, that's what makes it rise up. And look, it will not fall off the plate. This is your painting. Now let's look at the one without baking powder. You see how it's darker and didn't really, the heat of the microwave helped for it to stay on, but it's still, if you were to touch it, you could feel it. It's still kind of moist or wet. And it didn't rise up, it didn't puff up. So our 3D painting definitely works better when you add baking powder. Let's talk about the baking powder in our 3D puffy paint. Baking powder is a chemical leavening agent that helps the batter rise when baked. Many baking powders are double acting. That just means that there's 2 reactions. Our first reaction that we saw was when we added liquid, which was our water, to our baking powder. and that had a carbon dioxide, which were the bubbles that we saw. Second reaction takes place when heat is applied to the baking powder. So in our case, that was when we put it in the microwave. I hope you had fun learning about baking powder and create your own puffy paint at home. Thank you so much for watching.